Hey everybody, we are down on the Gaza border right now. It's a beautiful area, green, awesome, beautiful, and unfortunately nowadays this area has been turned into a war zone. I mean, all of Israel has been turned into a war zone, but this area specifically with rocket attacks landing on this area a lot. Folks, as you know, social media censorship is growing. The best way to support our video work for Israel is to subscribe to our video newsletter on pulseofisrael.com and to share our videos. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you. 2 additional ways to connect with and support Israel, they are so simple. 1, click on this link to help us strengthen Israel by strengthening Judea and Samaria. It's simple, everybody. Just click on the website and choose the best option that works for you to strengthen Judea and Samaria. And number 2, enjoy the beauty of Israel whenever you want. No matter where you are in the world, you can enjoy our online virtual tours of Israel. Just visit israelisbeautiful.com and choose the virtual video and activity package that works for you. Now, today, the Israeli Arabs and the Arabs in Judea and Samaria have made this day a day of rage. A day of rage. What does that mean? They are taking a day to protest in solidarity with their brothers in Gaza. Now, understand this, folks. The conflict today is about destroying the state of Israel. The rockets are being hit all across Israel in order to destroy Israel. Israeli Arabs in Israel are doing pogroms and lynches and burning down Jewish synagogues and lynching Jewish neighbors, all in order to kill Jews, in essence, as part of the whole campaign to destroy Israel. And yet today is a day of rage, right? So they're not going to work. And they're blocking roads. And they're using violence on roads against Israeli citizens. There was one Israeli Arab Muslim woman, and she's one of many. She's a nurse. She wanted to get to work. Her own friends and neighbors stopped her from driving to work because they want to stop their own Arab Muslims from taking part in Israeli society today on the day of rage against Israel. So first of all, it's not all Arab Muslims taking part in this day of rage, but there are plenty. And again, it's not about a majority, folks. All you need is a violent minority to wreak havoc on a society. And that, whatever number it is, whether it's a minority, whether it's half, whether it's more than half, doesn't make a difference. That number, that population must be taken care of to allow peaceful coexistence of everyone else who does want to live peacefully together. And I'm going to give you one other example of what's going on today. This day of rage that Israeli Arabs are not going to work and instead taking a day off to protest in solidarity with their brothers in Gaza as part of destroying Israel. No questions asked, folks. This day of rage by Israeli Arabs is to protest that their support for the destruction of the state of Israel, yet they are Israeli citizens. Some of them emailed their work, and they said, we're not coming to work today. Why aren't we coming to work today? Because a day of protest in solidarity, you hear the booms? In solidarity with their brethren in Gaza to destroy Israel, right? And their bosses said, you're fired. They said, what do you mean we're fired? I'm just taking the day off. You're fired for taking part in this day of rage. So some people are saying, wait, but the right to protest. No, folks, these Arab Muslims who are Israeli citizens who are taking a day off to participate in a day of rage are supporting the destruction of the state of Israel. So they have no right to be treated like equal citizens. They should be fired. They should have their citizenship revoked. They should be expelled. That is treason. Any Arab Muslim Israeli citizen who takes part, more booms, who takes part in this day of rage, they are treasonous. Their citizenship should be revoked. They should be expelled from the country. That is what we're dealing with. This is the 74th year of the War of Independence, where there are those within the Arab Muslim world who still want to destroy Israel, including Israeli citizens. Please Help us share the truth, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy. God is watching out for us. The Jewish state of Israel will come out of this stronger. Unfortunately, the Arab Muslim community in Israel will come out of this weaker, and Israel will have to figure out, after internalizing, wait a second, we do have a fifth column within our ranks who want to kill us and destroy us, who are our neighbors, who live in our cities and towns next to us. The state of Israel is going to have to figure out how to move forward, and we have to make so that those peaceful Arab Muslims will be able to live in peace with us. But it will only happen after the Jewish state of Israel takes care of every single Arab Muslim, whether in Judea and Samaria, Gaza, or Israeli citizens living in Israel, taking care of stopping all of them for their support for the destruction of the state of Israel and in the campaign to kill Jews. Out of here, folks. Signing off from the Gaza border, this is Avi Abelo for the Pulse of Israel.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.